Welcome to The Longlist, a podcast where we celebrate movies and other pop cultures with the storied art of rankings. There are no wrong answers, no bad opinions, and hot takes are always encouraged. I'm Josh Muller. With me, as always, is my brother Jack Muller. And in this episode, we're going to ask, what happened?
What happened?
That's going to be a new catchphrase that I sneak in with all my spotlight
That's
references.
from, I think, A Mighty Wind or Best in Show, one of the two.
I don't remember.
But it's somebody's like catchphrase. It's like, what if the catchphrase was, what happened? It's like a whole bit.
I do remember the what happened thing. That was a thing for a while. I admit I have not seen those movies in a long time, and I feel bad about that. That's probably a good...
Christopher Guest. We talked to Kyle about doing that.
Yeah, and there's we got that nice email. I forget his name. You know him from somebody. I think his name was Steve, maybe.
Oh yeah, Steve.
And he was like, "Do a Mel Brooks." So there's like a spoof. Spoof Christopher Guest, Mel Brooks. I don't know if that's 2 episodes, 1 episode.
No, Christopher Guest gets it. I think they both those guys.
I definitely think Mel Brooks has the catalog for a full episode.
100%. And he's got Spaceballs 2 coming out.
Careful of that cord.
That cord is going to be an issue.
It's going to be an issue. You can't do
We got
that.
cords all over the place right now.
We're trying a new setup. We're going to be upgrading our audio and visual for this podcast soon. We haven't done it yet, but
No.
So we're connected. There's a
circling
lot of
some-
connectivity going on right now
yeah,
with
a
all the
little too
cords
much.
everywhere. If you're watching on YouTube, you can enjoy that as a little subplot to this episode. And if you're not, that's fine too. Thanks for listening. If you would like to reach out to us, we have an email. It's called thelonglistpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you and tell us all your takes, all our good and bad takes, ideas for episodes. Just want to
What
reach
have
out.
you? Yeah.
We would love to hear from you. First off, let's address the elephant in the room. In last week's episode, we did our first ever long list Jeopardy. Put a little wager on it. And if you're listening at home and you didn't listen to that episode, please go do so. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And we had a lot of fun doing it. Jack, a bet's a bet. You beat me in resounding fashion.
I did.
It was a blowout. And now you get to choose one for Jack episode, which we'll be doing next week.
Yeah.
So what's your episode? Let's talk about it.
So I came up with this in a fever dream. I think it really stemmed from, all right, maybe I pick a movie.
Yeah.
Thought about Babylon.
Okay.
Thought about Tenet. And then I was like, hey, why not do both in one episode? But then it stemmed into something that I think we can come back to, a format, which is pitting 2 movies against each other.
Yeah. Quit touching that microphone cord.
Okay, sorry. I was actually, in doing my research for it, next week's pod, pretty happy with how closely these 2 are rated, at least from the aggregate reviewers. So that's cool.
Okay,
I was like, okay, cool.
Great.
But yeah, I don't know. We could pit 2 movies against each other that have some sort of connectivity. These don't really have much of a connectivity.
I would say no. Yeah, they don't.
But they do. They are pretty divided. They are pretty polarized in their reviews, both of them.
I would agree. Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. Take movies that in some capacity don't seem like they have any relationship to each other, and but maybe have some sort of underlying, like a rating system. Like if they're rated in the same way, they're kind of viewed in the similar quality by the aggregate, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Let's see what we can do.
Both of them are movies that I love that I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend to anyone.
That's a podcast unto itself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Let's do that episode. I when you told me you wanted to do the episode pitting those 2 movies together, I was like, what's this guy talking about? But once you kind of explained it, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. We could take any 2 movies and just pit them against each other. As long as one's not like, the worst movie in the world and one's the best movie in the world. Let's take 2 movies that similar in quality, even if they're vastly different. Mm-hmm. Talk it out.
And we're going to have a little scoring system.
Right.
Question is, do we try to land on a long list answer,
I think that would be difficult, but I'm fine to do. I think
or is it just both Josh and Jack's opinion? I'd
we'll
rather
get
have.
both. We'll try both.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be coming next week. We're actually going to record that right after this. That'll be fun. So we'll see how that goes. So congratulations, Jack.
Thank you.
I wanted to. This is going to sound like sour grapes, and I don't mean it to sound like sour grapes. I wonder if we should tweak the scoring system for next time.
Yeah. Actually,
I liked the format.
I never told you. Chris Murray gave some recommendations as far as doing the scoring.
Oh, I'd like to hear. Well, like what? Do you have a memorized?
It was basically about the year and a scoring system based on like getting close to the year.
Like
if you
horseshoes.
land within
like if you got
3
within 2 years,
within
or
3 years you get like a point. If you hit the year, you get like 2 points.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's funny. On the first time I mentioned I'm good at the year, I think we were doing
my list for the 90s. We were doing 90s
that's right.
characters,
and I was like, I bet I can get these.
Yeah,
I should clarify. I'm pretty good on movie years within a year or two.
Right.
In my zone, my like I've been watching movies since 1990.
Yeah. No, I get
it. Which I'm not. Again, this sounds like sour grapes. I'm not trying to make it sound like sour grapes because I missed a lot of the years you chose. But
what does sour grapes mean? Like sore loser?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really not trying to do that.
Obviously we did it like one time. It wasn't going to be perfect. And
no, let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
I
grapes?
want to. That's my new band name. I don't want to claim that I am. Like it sounds like, oh, I know all movies, but I don't want to claim movies before 90 that I feel pretty good. Any movie that's up on my wall, I bet I can get 80% of them within a year or two. So anyway, that was I had a lot of fun. I also thought, like, do we rank it like in Jeopardy? This is a $200 question. This is a $3. That probably takes a little bit more work, but
yeah. What I was thinking was, I think I was not to toot my own horn here or
you
anything.
did great. Any way you slice it,
I think. So, I think it's more like Connections, which is a New York Times game like Wordle. There's a game called Connections where they give you a grid of words that are seemingly all random, and you have to put them into groups,
into categories, and you get like 5 tries
into categories, and you just pick what you think. You don't like type in what you think the group is, but you're like, you start to piece it together, and they kind of mess with you because sometimes it'll be like different movies or something, but I don't know. Then they'll throw in a "the" where there's not a "the" in the title of one of the movies or something, so you know that it's not the movie.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways, I play it like every day. And this game felt more like that than it did actual Jeopardy. So I think I had some practice.
God.
Just like used to putting weird groups into weird.
I see. Okay. Got it.
That was tough. There is no way I'm going to stop touching this cord. It is in my swing zone.
Hey, what are you going to do? We got to plug it in or else we won't hear you at all. Oh. Look at you.
Look at that.
Look at you. Just handling business.
We're back, baby.
We're so back.
I feel so free. I can move.
Don't do
about
it.
the cabin.
We're in the...
Oh, yeah.
About the cabin? Master and Commander?
No, free to move about the cabin. That's what they say when you unbuckle your seatbelt.
Sounds like sour grapes to me.
Plane. Jesus. Moving on.
All right. Next topic at hand. I went to the movies last night. We talked about it. I don't know. I don't even remember anything. But I went and saw it, Jack.
Yeah.
The Sheep Detectives.
You did.
James really wanted to see it. It was Becky's idea. And I asked the kids, and James was like, "Yeah, let's go." And Lily was like, "Whatever," but she ended up really liking it. We went to AMC Bay Street, and the place was packed Friday night. It was just like great. It was just
That's awesome.
Lines out the door. The Sheep Detectives was a packed theater. It was like one of the totally in the back theater. We're gonna throw this movie in there. No one's gonna see this, and it was packed. Let alone The concession stand line was like, 50 people deep. The parking lot was full. It just felt great, movies.
Yeah.
It's like, we kind of mentioned, are we back on the last episode? And I don't know if we are, but it just felt good going to a movie theater and not seeing like a ghost town and tumbleweeds blowing through it.
Right. 58.7 million globally right now.
What?
And it's
The
still
Sheep
Sunday.
Detectives?
And it's still Sunday.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The movie was great. I had a really good
What were
time.
the lines out the doors for?
I don't know. I was kind of exaggerating a little bit, but
Okay. Jeez.
there was a lot of people.
It was packed.
Sheep Detectives was good. Good performances. Really fun. I saw a review, and I had thought about this independently. That the review was on Letterboxd, and it said grass onion, like glass onion, but with grass.
Yeah.
And it was really funny, and it made me laugh. But that's kind of what it was. It was like a Knives Out movie, but for kids. You know? It was
with
easy-
talking sheep.
With talking sheep. It was really good. Julia Louis-Dreyfus was the main sheep.
Julie.
Julie?
Julie?
I struggled. I don't want whatever. She's fine. She's got tons of money. She doesn't need us to get
That
a new
name's a tongue twister I never thought of.
Yeah, I didn't think of it either until I started saying it.
Yeah. Better you
Then you
than
gave me a
me.
weird look, and then you went in and was like, ugh. I think it's Julia, right?
Sure.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Shout out Seinfeld. Back to the task at hand. We are doing an episode we're calling What Happened, and we're going to tackle 5 categories.
Yeah, it's Julia.
It is Julia?
It is.
I think I said Julia the first time, and you corrected me to Julia.
I can't tell what you're saying, honestly. You're not enunciating enough.
Whatever.
You're like, Julia.
Yeah, good point. So we're going to be tackling 5 topics and asking I'll just tell the topics. The topics are a director, actor, actress, movie, and genre. And we're going to be asking what happened to these actors, directors, movies, and genres. And by that, I mean they've sort of fallen out of the mainstream consciousness for whatever reason. Should I go further into that or read the specifics?
I think read the specifics because that'll
help
make it.
Take the veil off. So for our director, we're going to be talking about Tim Burton. For the actor, we're going to be talking about Mike Myers. Actress, we're going to be talking about Neve Campbell. The movie is Slumdog Millionaire, and the genre, probably predictably so if you really listen to this podcast, is comedy. We think, like, all the people on here still work. And the Slumdog Millionaire is a big movie. But it's comedy obviously still happens. They just have fallen off to where they were when they started, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whether it's quality or
I don't know if any of our results will be anything that, mind-boggling as far as like what happened to these people.
No, I don't think so. That's why we're asking.
Exactly. I don't think we're going to like reveal some truths here that
we might get down to it. But like we didn't choose Tom Sizemore because like pretty obvious what happened to that dude.
Jeez.
Not to throw shade. Like I guess I just did.
Yeah, kind of.
But like we didn't choose like, certain people when there's a clear answer as to what happened to their career.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We don't want to do any tragic deaths. We don't want to do where this guy had a substance problem or whatever like that. Like if we know the answer, we know the answer.
Yeah.
These ones are a little bit less clear to me. And you could argue that like there's still.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean the Tim Burton one is going to be interesting.
It's funny. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah,
but like if Slumdog Millionaire is your favorite movie, like that's not what we're saying.
Right. It won Best Picture. Like I said, it'll be in the history books forever.
It's in the history books forever. But I guess my question is, again, we'll get to it, is when's the last time you had a Slumdog Millionaire conversation? I haven't.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to get to that. We're going to tackle each category. This is a different episode, obviously, if it works, and we're not sure it will. If this works, we'll be revisiting this with all different specifics, all different selections for these categories, or maybe some different categories. So look forward to that. Should we take a break and then hit it?
Yeah, this is Breakpoint?
I mean, we're pretty.
It is Breakpoint. Yeah,
it's Breakpoint. We're pretty. This would be an early break, but
I'll take a little break.
Yeah, let's take a little break. We'll come right back. All right, we're back. First up, director. We chose, as we said, Tim Burton. Admittedly, an interesting choice. We were waffling between a few different options. And, I'm not going to spoil those in case we go back to this.
Mm-hmm.
This was my second favorite option. But then when I started doing the research, like, I was surprised just at how much he's accomplished, like, especially in the box office, after the point of which that I kind of deem his demarcation point of when it sort of started to fall off. He's made a lot of
huge movies. Yeah, and I think probably more formidable movies for the younger generation.
I think that's probably right.
Like, I think a lot of other kids, I think we grew up and he just started doing kids movies more.
Yeah.
And I think for kids, those are like formidable movies. I guess I just said that, but
I do think that's true. And then I started doing a little bit more research, and I found some articles that were like, what happened to Tim Burton? I was like, okay, I think I'm on the right track here.
Right. Yeah.
I think there's a clear drop-off in quality in his movies. And kids might like some of the movies we're going to talk about. But I think, the ones that I've seen are just not good. So...
right.
I'm not saying that from an adult who doesn't want to watch kid movies. I like kid movies. I just saw The Sheep Detectives last night. It was good.
Right.
So I do think we're going to find a clear demarcation point, try to figure out what that is, why it is. We'll get there. Basically, as much as he was part of the culture in his earlier days on the grand scale, doing his thing, I feel like that part has fallen off, personally. All right, so a couple notes. By the time we came online, so to speak, he was like already the man. He was a very unique director.
Auteur,
clear vision, doing things a little differently, but making money doing it. It wasn't like he was, making a crazy bunch of indie films. Like they might have started off by indie films, but they all hit.
Yeah.
They were a big thing, and we'll get to it. Hugely unique style, critically and commercially very successful. He was one of the more influential directors in popular culture in Hollywood, and it starts to pivot at a certain point. Total gross. This is some stats for you. Total gross worldwide, had no idea, 4.7 billion with a B for our guy Tim Burton. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
He's had a long career.
Yeah, he has a bunch of movies. Hits. Yeah.
Highest grossing film, I would ask you to guess, but I wrote it in the notes.
Nice.
Alice in Wonderland, 1.02 billion. Wouldn't have guessed that.
I would have. That honestly probably would have been my number one guess.
That movie sucks.
Jesus.
I don't like it. Second highest grossing film, not that surprising, I guess. Beetlejuice, the sequel. Came out a couple years ago. Didn't see it.
That's a huge number, though. 450 million.
I think that's mostly nostalgia, obviously. But
yeah, and it got good reviews, too.
Did it?
As far as, yeah.
Okay.
As far as, I'm not a Beetlejuice head, but people liked it.
Yeah. And there are a huge amount of Beetlejuice heads out there. Lily saw it for like a school field trip.
What?
Yeah. Said it was okay. I don't picture Lily a Beetlejuice head either.
No, I just don't picture that. Is it a kids movie? The first one is a little.
It's a little dark, but
dark and I don't know.
Lots of people saw it as kids. Yeah, it was a weird choice. Should have been The Sheep Detectives. Third highest grossing film, Batman, even in 1989. That one's pretty, could see that coming. 411 million. His films have earned 20 Oscar nominations and 5 wins. Beetlejuice got Best Makeup. Ed Wood got Supporting Actor for Martin Landau, which we've talked about at some point, and Makeup. And Alice in Wonderland won Best Art Direction and Costume Design. So I'm just going to run through the filmography real quick. It's not crazy long, so
go for it.
All right, so he starts off with a bang. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That one was kind of an indie film, cult classic, but it's huge.
Right.
Like it really put him on the map. Beetlejuice, again, same deal. Huge cult classic. Still lives on today. Batman, 1989. One of the biggest movie of 1989.
Yeah.
And
the first Batman movie.
Yeah, kind of started the whole saga that certainly consumes my life.
Right. Yes.
And it's a great movie, and people didn't want him to direct it, didn't want Michael Keaton to be the star. Everybody's complaining, and then they saw it, and they're like, never mind.
This is Fantastic.
We'll do a bunch more if we can.
Yeah.
Thank you. 1990, Edward Scissorhands, another great
Banger.
one. Super banger. Haven't shown that one to the kids yet. Haven't seen
Oh.
it in a long time. Yeah,
Wow.
it's constantly been on the list, and we
They're
just haven't
certainly
picked
of the age.
Yeah, it'll be great. Batman Returns, 1992. Got full control over that one. Studio didn't mess with them because it made, as we pointed out, $411 million
Right.
for the first one. Yeah, great. Do whatever you want. A little darker.
Is that WB? Yeah.
Yes. 1993, off mistaken, he did not direct this, but he
Right.
was the main
Creator.
behind it, was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Crazy he didn't direct it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he basically did.
Basically did, but didn't actually do. He probably just didn't want to stand in there for the stop motion the whole time.
I'm pretty sure he was there.
Might have been. But he conceived it. He created it. It's kind of his baby. 1994, we already mentioned Ed Wood. Not as big of a hit, but a good movie and a weird movie. And
A little bit of a zag.
Yeah, and an Oscar movie. It was kind of him getting a little more serious. Movie about making movies. So he clearly had a lot of passion for it. It was great. 1996, one of our favorites, Mars Attacks. Just great.
Awesome. Also a zag.
Also a zag.
Fake left, go right for sure with that one.
That's really good, and it's fun to go back to. We're still like banger after banger here.
Yeah, right. That's a stretch.
It is a stretch, and it's like he doesn't have no misses.
Or a run, I should say, not a stretch.
Sure.
But yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a huge run, and usually people have like 2 or 3 movies to get that. No, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was a huge movie.
Oh, yeah.
That spawned sequels and shows and.
Is that Pee-wee? That was a thing, though, right?
What do you mean?
That wasn't original IP.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know what came first.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Oh.
1999, Sleepy Hollow. Still, pretty good movie. Here's the first real kind of miss.
Yeah, people, I don't think critically Sleepy Hollow was well regarded. Maybe it was.
I don't really
I remember liking it, but I was already really into the story. Like, I loved.
And we at this point, we were really into Tim Burton. Like,
right, that's true.
So, that might have been the first, like, step down off the rung, but, like, on the rung of the ladder. But it still was a big hit, and, people liked it. Planet of the Apes, that was the first one where, like, all right, we might have missed here.
Yep.
And
Super weird that he directed that movie.
It's not
doesn't
very
even
good.
seem like a Tim Burton movie.
No, it's not.
And it's
not
bad.
very good. It's pretty bad. And then they immediately rebooted that, a few years later with Matt Reeves, and those movies are great. Got back on the horse with Big Fish in 2003, another Oscar movie, a lot of heart, really good movie. I don't know about really good movie, but it's a good movie.
Love the book.
Oh,
yeah, I read the book when I heard about them making the movie. So I read it and then I went and saw the movie.
You like the movie?
I did. I really liked the book though, so it was one of those. It was maybe one of my first like, oh, the book is better than the movie.
Oddly enough, I like the non-fantastical stuff more than the fantastical stuff. All the stuff with Albert Finney and who plays the son? Is it Billy Crudup?
Yeah, Billy Crudup.
All that stuff is like top notch. I really like the writing, really like the acting. The other stuff is fine with Ewan
it's
McGregor.
cool.
It's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
But I've seen that movie 3 or 4 times in the early 2000s.
Saw it in theaters with our father.
Oh, probably a good person to see it with.
Yeah.
With fathers and sons.
Yeah.
Next up, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005. Not good. Don't like it.
This was
Real
the
miss.
This was the beginning of the end.
I
for me.
think this is
This
the
was the
beginning.
last Tim Burton movie I saw in theaters.
Oh.
I remember seeing it in theaters with I think a group of friends, and I was just like,
It is not
nope.
my last Tim Burton movie in the theaters.
Well, you have kids.
Well, the last one I saw.
You
in
know
the
what?
theaters-
Sweeney Todd. Actually, my bad.
No, that's okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw that. in
He
theaters.
also directed The Corpse Bride that same year, so that's pretty good. I mean, it's cool. I don't like it that much, but it's cool. But it's like he's not. We don't know that this is the end. The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was a big swing. It's just a movie that, in my opinion, doesn't need to be remade. And I'm talking about the Gene Wilder version, of course.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do a different take on it, and we're like, all right, it's Tim Burton. Seems like a good fit.
Exactly. That's my point. Is like, oh, cool.
On paper, it seemed like I don't know that I was thinking this way in 2005, but now, especially having seen the movie, it's like the Gene Wilder one. Gene Wilder one is so perfect.
Right.
It's like, we don't need to remake this. It's already
No, but
perfect.
I mean, if you told me that Tim Burton and Johnny Depp were going to be doing the
Exactly.
next Charlie and the
On
Chocolate
paper,
Factory,
like, well,
I would be like, for show.
if you're gonna do it, these are the guys we would want to do
Yeah.
it. So it didn't
It's
work.
just weird.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Corpse Bride is pretty good. Sweeney Todd, I don't know that I've seen all the way through.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think I caught some of it on TV.
Huh.
Never, didn't see it in the theaters.
Huh.
Yeah, didn't remember liking it. I don't know. What you think about it.
No, I didn't really like it that much.
Got a lot of Oscar buzz. I
either.
think he got nominated.
He got nominated.
I
I think it got nominated for
Depp.
Best Picture.
Might have.
Yeah.
Next one, 2010, Alice in Wonderland, the last movie I saw of his in theaters. Really bad. Don't like it.
I don't think I saw it in theaters, but didn't like it.
It's not good.
Also another fit on paper.
Again, you would think great, but and then we didn't know this, but this was like the beginning of the end of like they're just going to remake all these movies with live action.
Well, he also, I don't know if we talk about this now. He starts
about it whenever.
He starts to use with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He starts to like use CGI a bunch,
A lot.
and it just doesn't.
Okay,
look
hold that.
Okay.
I am going to talk about that later. Next up, we got Dark Shadows. Never saw it. Frank and Weenie. Never saw it. Did you
No.
see either of those movies?
No, but I think Dark Shadows has a cult following.
It does have a cult following.
Yeah.
I've read some reviews and I read some things online, and a lot of people don't like it, but I know for a fact that a lot of people do. So, didn't see Big Eye. I'm kind of out on.
Oh yeah, and that
Tim Burton.
I know.
Didn't see Big Eyes
I hope
after
this
this.
isn't going to be boring for the pod, but I just kind of stopped watching Tim Burton movies.
Well, because he put out
started
3 bad ones in a
sucking me.
row.
And Amy Adams is the star of Big Eyes, so I'm definitely not going to go see that.
You don't like Amy Adams?
No.
What if it was
Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway?
Probably not. No,
I'm not a big Amy Adams fan, but I like her in some
respect
things.
her in certain things. I mean, I think she's really good in. Oh, we've talked
Arrival.
about. Well, yeah, she's good in Arrival. She's like, what is she?
The Master.
Yeah, The Master. She's like really good in that.
Yeah.
And perfect for that.
I think she's really good in those Enchanted movies because she can do that
True.
over the top cartoon.
I only
There's
saw
some
them.
movies she doesn't fit. You know what movie really sucks, but she's pretty good in is American Hustle. She's
That
like
movie
the-
sucks.
really bad. That movie, but
That
she's
was a
like
one
the
and done
good
for me.
part.
I was
Yeah.
like, I never am going to watch that movie again.
Awful.
It's just.
But she's really good
Why?
in it.
Yeah.
I remember thinking she was like the one bright spot.
Couldn't
in
tell
the
you.
movie. No, it's bad.
I highly
Anyway,
doubt I felt that same opinion.
anyway, Big Eyes got some Oscar nominations. It was an Oscar movie. That was kind of his
Oh,
last
was it?
breath. Yeah. Or maybe it wanted to be. Maybe I'm wrong about
Yeah, I don't
actually
know.
getting nominations. Then it's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. My children and wife have seen this movie. They don't like it. Next is Dumbo. That movie's bad.
I
And-
was looking at his IMDb. I was like, he made a Dumbo movie?
right. I knew that movie existed, but I didn't know that he directed it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the point I'm trying to get to. And then Beetlejuice, which I didn't see, unfortunately. And I would say has a mixed output. That's what I would say, based on what my non-scientific research. All right. So that's the filmography. I guess my first question is, am I wrong that he fell off, Jack? Certainly
No.
not, certainly not box office wise.
Certainly not box office wise, but I do think it kind of, it's a weird mix of him doing a lot of kids movies. So we're not going to really be too in tune to those,
Yeah.
even though you do have kids, but also like quality. I mean, your kids don't like the kids movies that he's making. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
So-
like we've said, we both like kids movies. You know, we have nothing against that.
So is part of the thing that, did we just get too old to like his movies?
No, I mean, I think he ran away. I think he just stopped zagging
Yeah.
and kept making. I mean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Alice in Wonderland and Dark Shadows and Miss Peregrine's Home for. In my mind, are all just the same movie visually, especially.
I some would agree with that. I also think, like, I don't know if Dark Shadows qualifies for this, but you can go back to, I mean, in the beginning, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, that's a pretty original movie. Beetlejuice was not a property, right?
like a sketch comedy show that had like one HBO special back in the day.
Okay.
It was a Paul Rubens invention.
Got it.
But he did write and direct that film, and it was the first movie and essentially one of the original. But I was actually surprised by, I wrote this down, like I was surprised by how much non-original
Yeah.
IP there was throughout his whole career. Because I was like, oh, he started just doing a bunch of like remakes, and it's like, oh no, this whole career he's been doing.
But to be fair, Pee-wee, not like Alice in Wonderland level popularity.
No, right.
He's bringing that
like
to the
Batman was
mainstream.
number 3.
True, but Batman, to that point, that was the first real big Batman movie.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they had the one with what's his face in the 60s. It was like pow, zonk, you know. They did one of those.
Yeah.
But that's not a huge movie.
Right.
This is the first. Now it looks like, oh, huge IP. But at the time, it was a big swing and it hadn't been really done yet. Ed Wood, obviously made after a person, but Edward Scissorhands, original. Nightmare Before Christmas, original. Mars Attacks, I'm pretty sure original. Sleepy Hollow, again, it's certainly IP.
It's the only Sleepy Hollow movie though. So yeah, right.
So we're kind of, then he kind of, now I'm going to remake Planet of the Apes. Doesn't work. Big Fish goes back to a book it's a book, but it's not like Alice in Wonderland level popularity. Kind of works. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory doesn't work. Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland doesn't work. Miss Peregrine, that's a novel. Doesn't really work. Dumbo doesn't really work. So I do think there's something there to what you're saying.
Yeah.
But to your point, he probably doesn't feel he's doing anything different because most of these things that he's doing are based on something else. So
yeah, he's also hasn't done an adult movie. I guess Big Eyes is the last one.
Yeah. Didn't see it.
Big Fish. No, I didn't either because it doesn't interest me at
Big
all.
Fish is 2003 at this point.
Right.
You know,
that's true. That's a long time ago.
Almost 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jeez.
I know.
So old.
Right. Saw it in the theater.
Yeah,
I shaved my beard before I did it. I probably still had hair. I think there's two big things for me that changed. And I don't remember who to cite this, but one of them was pointed out to me. And that is, first of all, I think that his movies lost some heart. You know, they're kind of flat after you get to the Big Fish range.
Yep.
I mean, even Mars Attacks, there's a lot of heart in that movie, even though it's like a weird sci-fi movie where the world is ending. Ed Wood, there's a lot of passion in that. Edward Scissorhands is a super emotional movie. I think he's lost kind of the emotional core to a lot of his movies. And the other thing too, which is something I did not need cited for me, but is something that I've seen pointed out, is that his movies don't really have that really cool visual style that they did in the beginning. They kind of look flat. Alice in Wonderland, great costumes, great character design. The background is like just green screen, looks like kind of like what Marvel gets in trouble for, where it's like, it's all just kind of gray and drab. Mm-hmm. Whereas it should be like, you know, all
practical.
Full of life. Yeah, practical. Like do it up and make it look cool.
Right.
I don't know.
Definitely lost his edge.
Lost his edge.
And yeah, the CGI thing. It's just like, just looks all fake, and it's not as fun. It's not as interesting. And
later in my notes, I put he lost his edge. So, way to go, Jack. We should also call a spade. At some point, he just became filthy rich.
Right.
And at that point,
is he just doing it for the money?
Is he just doing it for the money, or do you lose sort of that fly by the seat of your pants? I have to make this work. I'm working on the projects that I'm passionate. He became a director for hire.
Yeah, he also went to TV and did Wednesday, which is pretty thing. It's a huge thing. Well received. I haven't seen it.
No,
but it does look like, you know,
a Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Yeah. I mean, everything looks Tim Burton-y, which is, I think people just kind of got over it. I got over it.
Could be
just like, oh, we're just gonna have Helena Bowman Carter and everything, and just like
everything's gonna be dead trees with gnarly limbs.
Yeah, just like do another Mars Attacks or do, you know, Ed Wood again.
Yeah,
let's just see it.
Let's, like, you know, well, we probably tried to do that with Big Eyes, but nobody saw it, including us.
Yeah, movie looked like it sucked.
Oh.
About a person who paints people with
Do you think he can
big
get it
eyes.
back?
Huh?
Do you think he can get it back?
Yeah, just make another good movie. He's clearly
back in.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge him so much.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the
That
money
being
thing.
said, we haven't seen a lot of his new stuff, but I just like
But when you make like
just
4 or
gonna go
5
watch Edward
bad ones in a
Scissorhands.
row,
Yeah.
then I'm kind of out. If you make 4 or 5 bad movies in a row and then the reviews are bad for your next movie, it's like, okay, well,
Yeah, you've done this to yourself.
yeah. I gotta wait. You're back into now. You gotta show me. That's kind of like with the Marvel. I hate to bring up Marvel again too. The beginning, all the Thanos stuff, great. Now that that's over, you've told your story. You got to prove to me that you can keep telling good stories. And I went to see the first couple movies; they weren't good. Now I really haven't been back. So I'll go see the new Avengers movie. But anyway. So Tim Burton, I would say right around the Big Fish. The ending of where did my list go? Big Fish was 2003. Next one's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You could argue that Planet of the Apes was the beginning of the end, and then he came out with another banger. And banger's probably a strong word,
but
for
at least
Big Fish.
Planet of the Apes doesn't seem like a Tim Burton movie,
Right?
So
Tried to make like an
tried to
action
do
sci-fi.
something. Yeah,
didn't work, but whatever.
no, but that's fine. I say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's in.
Yeah,
because
that
I think
movie's
he
just actively bad.
Well, yeah, but I think he just made a shitload of money off of it and was like, cool, I'm just gonna
do this.
put Johnny Depp in my movies.
Now he's straight up said he doesn't like Dumbo and won't work with Disney again. But even that made a bunch of money for him, presumably. And then Beetlejuice, he's still making like $500 million movies, even though I didn't see it, and most people thought it was okay.
Looks like his next film is a collaborator with A$AP Rocky.
Whoa.
I don't know. This is confusing.
Well, we're not trying to rag on Tim Burton. We just kind of expected more from him.
Yeah.
And he has certainly done well for himself. But I do believe he's fallen out of the, he's not like Tim Burton. We got to go see the next movie like he was in the 90s. I feel like, and maybe this is just me being a teenager or a 10-year-old at certain parts of the 90s and early 2000s. But it's like, I feel like Tim Burton's coming out with a movie. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
I saw all those movies.
No, everybody loved Tim Burton in the 90s.
Yeah, it really
that wasn't
felt
just
that
us.
way.
In fact, we were probably too young for that Tim Burton stuff. I mean,
yeah, but they already existed, and he was a thing, and we caught up with them.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen all the movies up until, I guess I could probably say I've seen Sweeney Todd, but then after Alice in Wonderland, that was it. I didn't see anything after that. So, Tim Burton, bring it back, dude.
Yeah,
we'd love to see a cool movie. All right, next up on the list, let's do one more, and then we'll take another break. Next up on our list is actor, and our actor is Mike Myers. One of the most decorated comedic actors, comedic conceivers, creator of comedic characters, whatever you want to call him. He's one of the best of the last 40 years. In the 90s, he was right there with Jim Carrey as the best guy on film doing comedy.
Yeah.
You could argue he was better or more influential or...
Well, yeah, because he was the writer of those films.
Yeah.
Austin Powers.
And he had...
all of them, I guess.
Yeah, and he had Wayne's World. I mean, that was another huge thing.
Yeah.
I feel like Jim Carrey probably did more range, different movies, but the Mike Myers thing was a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
He goes from certifiable hitmaker to basically disappearing off the mainstream face of the earth in a matter of like a couple years. I think that might have happened. I think I know what might have happened, but we'll dissect it. Some stats. Bounced around a bit in the beginning. Second City in Toronto. Then he went to UK, did some stuff. Back to Second City, Toronto, before moving to Chicago, Second City. For those who don't know, Second City is an improv troupe that does great work. And
yeah, like the biggest improv troupe.
Yeah, a lot of them move on to SNL, as did Mike Myers in 1989. Became one of the most popular performers on SNL pretty quickly. Known for his immersive characters that he's created, including Wayne, which he made a movie about, including the Coffee Talk Lady, Lothar of the Hill. Simon, there was like a young British guy that was like painting in his bathtub. I don't know if you remember that one. Really funny. Dieter, the guy, talk show host. And Pat Arnold, he was one of the Bears guys.
Oh, yeah.
So amongst others, but those are some of my favorites. Got a film debut, which I did not know this is his film debut, in Wayne's World. This is an all-timer movie for
That was his first movie.
us.
Yeah.
I've seen it thousands of times.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's been a while, but
I watched it
it's ingrained in my head. I just
yeah.
can just,
I watched it recently with the kids. Predictably, Lily did not like it, and James loved it. So there you go.
Why didn't she like it?
She thought it was stupid, which it is.
She's too smart for that movie.
Humongous hit, spawned a sequel. Wayne's World 2 came out the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Quick
Also
turnaround.
very good.
Also really good. Sorry, I Married an Axe. You know what's funny is that apparently most of the references of the movie is from that movie The Doors, which as a 8-year-old I didn't know. Hadn't seen The Doors yet. But now that I've seen that movie and you go back and watch, you're like, oh, they really leaned into this.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the whole movie.
And it didn't like become this huge hit movie, so it's like a kind of a weird artifact, which hey, that happens.
The Doors?
I mean, it's a popular movie, but they treat it like it's going to become like Citizen Kane or something in the movie, making like tons of references with it. When really it was just like if you weren't there in I don't think anyone under the age of 25 has seen The Doors. Maybe you could probably push that age up a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
maybe a little bit.
Like it was a thing in the 90s, but
it was on TV a
that
lot.
could have been on this list.
Yeah, true.
It was a thing in the 90s and then just disappeared. Does some bit parts after that. Remember that movie 54?
Nope, never seen it. What?
54? About Studio 54?
No.
He was in that. So was the next person on our list, which we haven't talked about yet. And then he starts doing Austin Powers movies. Excuse me. Does the first Austin Powers, pretty big hit, becomes like a crazy DVD sale situation. Next Austin Powers was like
huge,
over the moon hit. I remember I saw it on opening day at the Grand Lake Theater.
Nice.
And I saw some friends on the way out, and I was like, "You got to see this part," and they were like, "No."
You spoiled it?
I didn't.
Oh.
They stopped me before, but it was like a huge line down the block. I remember this vividly.
Nice.
Really funny.
I got Black Panther dying in, or he floats away in the wind, or he gets snapped. When I was walking into the Grand Lake, I was waiting in line. Yeah, somebody walked by and I just heard "not Black Panther." That's like all I heard. I was like, "What? You jerk!" But then it just turns out that they all come back anyway, so he wasn't actually dead. The third one, you went to. Do you remember this?
No.
The third one, you went to with your friends, maybe opening night because it was a packed theater, and I was not invited.
Oh,
and our father was like, "Fuck it, I'll take you."
Oh,
and we went,
do remember that.
and we sat like almost like the second row, and you were like all the way in the back, and it was a blast. So I was stoked.
That's tight. Good job by him. Bad job by me. Anyway, third one was another huge hit. Then he starts doing Shrek movies. I don't really think of them because I don't see his face as Mike Myers things, but he's made so much money from the Shrek movies. And he's great.
Yeah.
And everybody's great in those movies.
Right.
They eventually made 4 of them. Before the 4th one, it starts to fall apart. They're also making a 5th one.
They are.
So
that's going to be his next movie. He's got
movie.
one on the board.
Yep. And I don't want to say that like those aren't successes for him. They are, obviously, but that's Shrek as the star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless
did he have to do with did he write it?
I don't remember.
Bad job by us.
Like I said, they're making the 5th. The wheels start to come off though. He does the Cat in the Hat movie. As I feel like I read that it was like he owed the studio for something, and so he did that. Does the Love Guru, his next like immersive character that he created, hopefully it was gonna be next Austin Powers.
Not
Terrible.
even close.
Really bad. And then it's over. It's just over.
Yep.
He shows up in bit parts in other movies. He was in Bohemian Rhapsody. He was in Inglourious Bastards, but he usually doesn't look like himself. He's just doing like a little bit thing just for fun. He directed Supermensch, The Legend of Shep Gordon, a documentary about the legendary Hollywood agent. But it's over. As him as like a mainstream movie star after the Love Guru. So what happened?
I think between bombing, having we haven't really talked about this, but having not the best reputation of being on set.
It's on my list.
And then not fitting into the 2020s as a comedic voice, he sort of just doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah. I think those are three of the.
Like half of his movies that he got famous for wouldn't even happen today. Wouldn't even get made.
I mean, if they made another one, you're right. If they made the
No,
first
I'm
one
saying
now,
like Austin Powers wouldn't get made today.
no, it would not. If he came back and said I'm doing Austin Powers 4, I think it would sell $500 million.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Well,
good or
yeah.
not, I don't know, but
That's interesting.
maybe I'm wrong.
No. I think you're right. And there's a story there too. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could make like Austin Powers has to get politically correct. You know, like that's the concept.
That's great. We should write it and pitch it to him.
Great. Sounds super realistic.
I think the one other key thing that you're missing is something similar with Tim Burton. Although Tim Burton's still working, he's probably just made so much money that he's like, why do I want to? Why do I
people
want to
can retire.
Why do I want to put myself through this? Like, I'll just like put on some makeup when Quentin Tarantino calls and wants me to be in his World War II movie.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
right.
He doesn't have to do anything. He's like the creator of Austin Powers.
Yeah.
He's a
And Wayne's
cajillionaire. And Wayne's World. Yeah. Still getting money off those movies. My first question was, did comedy evolve? I think it did.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, like right on the tails of Austin Powers, we're getting Judd Apatow movies. We're getting Will Ferrell movies. These are just, it's not better or worse. It's just different level of comedy.
Yeah.
They're just doing something
It's
different.
not as like goofy, or it's goofy in a different. Well, I mean, Anchorman is pretty similar.
Pretty goofy.
Oh yeah, and like they're dressing up and like doing like a huge character.
But the interesting thing about Mike Myers too is he does all the slapstick, weird, goofy stuff, but his jokes are pretty smart. The things that he's satirizing they're very well thought out. Like he's got a lot going on in his movies, but you can also just laugh at him being a goofball too.
Yeah. Well, they're very specific in their
very specific
satires.
Whereas conversely, the Will Ferrell movies, they're just like, let's get all these funny guys into a room. I don't want to say throw out the script, but basically throw out the script and let's let them be funny.
Let them write it.
You know, like on the fly. Yeah,
Right.
Let's just let them improvise. So it's a different thing. And then Judd Apatow, they're pretty improvised too, but they're doing a whole, it's like two different
Well, and now they're
groups.
done. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we'll say that for section 5.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, did comedy evolve? I mean, we literally,
constantly evolves.
it disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one thing. Yeah. He made a lot of money, and most people seem to agree that he's kind of a dick or a perfectionist on set.
Yeah. Or
A lot
like
of issues
needy.
with- yeah.
You know,
A lot of issues. Really knows what he wants. Now, to be fair, the movies he made in the 90s, no misses, you know, all bangers.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention So I Married an Axe Murderer, which is great. And he did that same year as Wayne's World 2. Got a lot of issues with the director of that film. Really knew what he wanted. But at some point, it's just like people don't really want to work with you.
Right. So. But, you know, I think it's time. I could see him come back. Why not?
Well, he's got Shrek 5.
Yeah.
That could be a foot through the door. Again, I don't know that people think about that as Mike Myers.
No.
Like, I know that he's just not, you don't see his face, so I don't know.
But at the time we did.
At the time we did,
when it came out, it was like, this is Mike Myers' new thing. And it's like very Mike Myers, and you don't see his face. But now that he's not Mike Myers anymore, the younger generation just sees Shrek.
Right.
They really don't see Mike Myers.
Might not
they
even
don't
know who he is.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when did it turn?
Love Guru.
Love Guru?
Yeah. I think that flop was just all time.
That was it.
Yeah. And I do think the change of comedies is like a more general, like people just don't do spoofs anymore.
No, not really. Well, they're coming out with Scary Movie 7, but
it's true.
Even still,
might be coming back.
But I think you're right. It just doesn't happen that much anymore. Like the fact that Scary Movie 7 is coming out and it's a big deal. That's a story unto itself. I think after Austin Powers 3, which was a good movie, but not as good as the first two, in my opinion. Excuse me. I think that's where, like, it doesn't shift, but this is it.
Was that before or after Cat in the Hat?
That was before Cat in the Hat. And then he does Cat in the Hat. Does do another Shrek movie. And then he does a Love Grew and it's over.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, Shrek 4 was in between.
let's just make sure. So, where are we here? Let's see. Austin Powers and Goldmember 2002. And then Cat in the Hat 2003. Shrek 2 2004. So Cat in the Hat was even before Shrek 2. Shrek 2.
That's
Shrek
what
the
I
Third.
would have thought.
So Shrek the Third was 2007. Then Love Guru 2008.
Shrek the Third was 2007. I wasn't even graduated from high school yet. That's
and then
crazy.
Shrek Forever After 2010. So he does Love Guru in 2008, Shrek Forever After 2010. And then he's also in 2009. He's in Inglourious Bastards. He's in a bunch of other small stuff.
Yeah, he's in this movie, the Penta.
Oh, the Pentaveret. I think that was a show.
Oh,
so that's he's probably been thinking
that's
about
like
that forever because
classic Myers. He's playing like multiple people.
Yeah, he's playing multiple people. I've seen some scenes from it, but it's I think he's been thinking about that forever because in So I Married an Axe Murderer, there's a big bit that the Scottish dad does about called the Pentaveret, and he's like, "Well, who's in it? The Pope, the Rothschilds." I forget. He says a few other people, and Colonel Sanders before he went tits up. It's really funny in the movie, but he's making a joke in 1993 about the Pentaveret, and then he does a show called the Pentaveret and whatever. So he's got these ideas that he's really passionate about. And I don't know whether he thinks he's making hits anymore, but he clearly has the money to just do what he wants to do.
Right.
And he doesn't seem to care what other people want, which
No.
gets him in hot water sometimes. Mike Myers. What could have been?
What could have been? Well, he was.
He was. Yeah, we still have him. They're still great. I still watch Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
Yeah.
Be nice if he came back with another one, but comedy changed. So I don't see it happening.
I don't really see it happening either.
No. I could see
think Tim Burton has a better chance.
There's a world where I could see Tim Burton coming out with another banger. I really don't see it for Mike Myers.
Yeah.
So, I guess we answered what happened there. We're going to take another break. We'll come back in a little bit. All right, we're back. I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here. We talked a little too much about Mike Myers and Tim Burton.
Copy that.
No shot to our next three categories. First is actress Neve Campbell. Mm-hmm. Huge star of the 90s.
Yeah. My girl back in the day.
Well, a lot of people's girl back in the day.
Yeah.
Weirdly, never mind.
I don't know. I never really saw her in a bunch of things, but I just was always like, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, that's. I think that was the consensus. For me, I was like, I never got it. That sounds like I'm like a jerk. But
no, it's fine.
You know, she was on Party of Five, huge show.
Mm-hmm.
Did a couple stuff, small credits early in the career. Party of Five made her a big star. It was like a huge. I've never seen one episode, but it was a huge thing. Praise for her work, had consistent presence in magazine covers, talk show, MTV, stuff like that. Huge star.
Yeah.
Scream was the big one, at least as far as movies. She was. Scream is still a good movie, still a huge hit, still slaps, as the kids say. Spawned several sequels. She's recently returned to the franchise, but that was Scream came out in 1996, and that was kind of like now she's the star of the biggest show, star of the biggest movie.
Yeah, and The Craft came out in '96 too.
Yeah,
big year for her.
Yeah, really.
And The Craft was, it wasn't like as big as Scream, obviously, but it was.
It was a thing. I mean, she was everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple years later, she was in Wild Things.
Yeah, that was
which was another huge one. Yeah. Good erotic thriller with Matt Dillon and Denise Richards and Kevin Bacon and Bill Murray are in that movie.
Bill Murray's in. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
I'm pretty sure he's in that movie. Well, now I'm second guessing myself. Anyway, so she was.
He's in it.
Omnipresent, I would say, from about 94 to 2000. I don't know if those years are exactly right, but that feels right.
2000 was Scream 3.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. Scream 2 was a big hit. Scream 3 was a big hit. Not quite as big as the originals. She was then it's kind of over.
Well, she kept working.
Yes, much like Tim Burton, but did a lot
Yeah.
of indie stuff.
Right.
She went a different direction.
Like, I haven't heard of any of these movies.
No, me neither.
But like, she's in a lot of them. She's in like multiple movies in multiple years.
Yeah.
Throughout the early 2000s.
I found a quote from her, and I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly what it was. She was disappointed with the offers she was getting, bad rom-coms and horror movies, and she didn't want to limit herself to that. I got to be honest, she probably made tons of money on Party of Five and Scream. You know,
Yeah.
Once the first one's a hit, or like a big show is a hit after season one, and they have to bring you back, you can negotiate whatever you want. I don't know anything about her financials. I imagine she made a ton of money for that, so she can afford to do the projects that she wants to do that speak to her. Unfortunately, those didn't really break through the zeitgeist.
But yeah, she was in The Company, which is a Robert Altman movie. So
Yeah.
she's clearly like,
Working
that's
with a
when
good
she
director.
starts to like
Yeah.
go towards different things.
She was in that movie Skyscraper with The Rock.
Right.
That made $300 million.
Did not know that.
I forgot that movie existed.
Did you see it?
I don't think so.
No, neither did I.
I haven't seen many of The Rock, like big. Like,
I would have probably been so stoked to see Nev Campbell if I.
If I'd have known she was in it, I would have been there open tonight. But yeah, really, I mean, after the very early 2000s, she kind of disappeared. And now she's returned to Scream, so she's kind of back a little bit, I guess. But she kind of just went a different direction. Good for her. I hope in these situations that this is what Nev Campbell wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, I hope she wasn't forced out because she couldn't get the roles she wanted. I hope she made enough money and then could afford to do the roles she wanted.
So she had her first kid. She became a mother in like the mid 2010s.
Yeah.
So
but, I
she
mean, it was
definitely,
over
like-
for a decade
Yeah,
before
that's
that, I
true.
would say. Not over. She's still working. We don't want to sound derogative in any way. But I would say as far as a big-time star, she just didn't show up anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened?
I think she probably was just like not fucking with the industry that much anymore.
I hope that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
seems
just,
like,
like-
it might be.
And she had like drama with Scream, but that was more recent also. Like Scream 6 or something. They like didn't give her enough money. And so she backed out of it because she thought she was worth more.
Good.
And then she was in Scream 7 or whatever. And
Yeah. I heard Scream 6 was good and Scream 7 was not. But I haven't seen any. I don't think it's not a huge franchise for me personally.
No.
I've seen the first two, but I don't know that I've seen any of the other ones.
she did TV.
Yeah.
She was in House of Cards.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't remember that.
neither did I. I was like, who was she in House of Cards?
Yeah. Couldn't remember.
But I also didn't see like the last season of that, so maybe I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you know, I think she probably liked the limelight for a while and then just didn't.
We're going to assume that this was Nev Campbell's choice and say, good on you, Nev Campbell, for
Yeah.
choosing to do your own stuff.
Right.
Taking power of your career and sitting on
It's
your...
just funny that we didn't
big
say that for
pile
the
of
last
cash.
two people.
Well, I think it was hinted at, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Well, Tim Burton, man, we already spent too much time on him. He's taking paycheck jobs, you know? Good on you for trying to make money, but, like, you're still making movies. Make them good, you know?
Yeah.
Nev Campbell, she's just trying to work with good directors, do interesting stuff to her.
Right.
Maybe it's good, maybe it's not.
Moved
Don't
to
know, didn't
London.
see it. Yeah.
Did some theater.
I'm going to go to London in September. I think it's going to be a place I'm really going to
Maybe
enjoy.
you'll run into her.
Nev, what happened?
Yeah. Ask her yourself.
First name basis.
Call
Yeah.
her up.
Hey, was this a choice?
Yeah.
Did
hey,
you choose?
we're writing the fourth Austin Powers movie.
You
Would
want
you
in?
like a role?
I got Mike on the other line. A couple questions I had down. Did she fly too close to the sun? I don't think so. I actually think she's really good in everything.
Yeah. What did you mean? I didn't really understand what you meant by
Well,
that.
like, did her star just getting a little too bright, then she couldn't handle it? I don't think that's the case.
No.
I don't know how much range she has as an actor because personally, I haven't seen her in all these other possibly interesting movies.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bad job by me, but I don't know what her sort of range is. I just know her from Scream and from Wild Things and from kind of just being sort of like a teen star. I didn't see Party of Five, but was the Scream franchise a blessing and a curse. And by that I mean she's so known for that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of times these big movies come out with people you would think rise to big stardom, and then it just doesn't happen because you can't separate. Like Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill has not. I mean, he's worked a lot and he's made tons of money from Star Wars, so he doesn't have to, do anything if he doesn't want to. But how many movies have you seen Mark Hamill in since Star Wars?
Well, not many movies, but I've seen him in all of the Batman animated series.
He has an incredible voice actor career.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just as the Joker in the animated series. And that's one example of thousands where this person became known for this role, and it's tough to see them in something else. Do you think that happened with Neve Campbell in Scream?
Well, I think it's interesting that she decided to come back to the newer ones, but then decided to get out of the newer ones because of money stuff, but then went back into it. So she obviously doesn't mind it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, if you're going to pay
it could
me
be
the
a money thing. Yeah. But as far as artistically, not really sure what's going on there.
Yeah. I mean, you see a lot of people going back to bankable franchises, and maybe it's like a one for them, one for us. Yeah, I'll do this Scream. Pay me the money. That way I can go do this. She does a lot of stage work, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I'll go do this play in London. You know? That'd be kind of cool. Right. I hope that's the case.
Yeah. Are you going to go to the Globe?
We're going to try to, yeah.
Are you going to see a show?
I don't know if we'll see a show there. We're going to try to see a show.
Yeah, that's kind of more what I meant. Yeah.
Yes.
Do they do shows at the Globe?
I don't know.
Yeah, right?
I think so. Probably. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll let you know on September 22nd.
Buy your tickets.
I know. We have actually recently been trying to. You have to book things, even the free things, like in both. I'm going to Paris and London, for those who care. And they say you have to reserve things, but we can't reserve things until like June 1st or something. Mathematically, like there's a day that you can start. So, and then for the Globe or for the plays, if we're going to see a show, I've been doing some YouTube reconnaissance missions, and there's this kiosk that gives you like crazy discounts day of. So we're thinking about just going down there, waiting in the line to get a ticket to something for crazy cheap, and then just go to that. We checked at what's playing. There's nothing that's like, oh, this is the play I have to see. So I'd be fine to just get cheap tickets and go see a show in London. What are you looking at?
She's going to voice Polaris in the next season of
Polaris.
X-Men 97.
Look at that. Good job. Voice work. Just like Mark Hamill. Look at that. I think I'm right about that. I think we solved it.
Yeah.
We're gonna choose to believe this was Neve Campbell's choice.
I think she's like trickling back. She's probably never really gone that much, but
yeah, she's consistently working. We're like, what happened to her?
I
stand by my decision.
She
fell out of the consciousness.
I think it goes. Tim Burton probably has the best chance. Then Neve Campbell. Then Mike Myers. So far as coming back into the oeuvre.
We'll see about this next one. Next up, we got movie Slumdog Millionaire. This might seem like a weird choice to people, again, because it's a beloved movie. So, and it made a lot of money.
This one was a little, for me, I was like,
I'm right about this.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it gets talked about much anymore. That's what I feel like. Except for one very specific reason, which we'll get to.
Okay.
Some stats for you about Slumdog Millionaire. Came out in 2008. I think it was the first appearance of Dev Patel, who's now a big movie star.
Yep, he's huge.
Good job by him. Tells the story of a young Indian boy coming up through the slums, living a tough life with his two friends. This is all told via flashbacks while he's competing in the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. God, I'm struggling speaking. Directed by Danny Boyle. Kind of forgot about that.
Not me.
Worldwide gross of $378 million, which is insane, and I don't think that would happen today. Just like a little movie, and it made almost $400 million.
It was a huge thing
at
the time.
But
because I don't know, it was different. It told a story in an original way.
I agree. But there's lots of movies that come out now that tell stories in an original way without bankable movie stars. and they don't sell 378 million. It was a different time back then.
Okay.
Jack. In the United Kingdom, it had an increase of 47% at the box office for its second week, breaking a record previously set by my guy, Billy Elliot. So good job by them. It was nominated for 10 Oscars. 10 Oscars. And won 8, including cinematography, score, adapted screenplay, sound editing, and sound mixing, which are now 1 Oscar, editing, and director. And it won for Best Picture at the Oscars.
Honestly, sorry, you're going to finish your sentence.
I was thinking about it. Where it was the last year, there were only 5 nominations, in large part because The Dark Knight, which it beat out for the Best Picture, did not get nominated. So that was the last year. After that, they were like, we gotta bump it up to 10 nominations for this. The other remaining nominees, just for full scope.
Yeah.
Milk, your movie.
Yeah.
Frost versus Nixon. Frost Nixon? Kyle Jackson's favorite movie. Benjamin Button, Adam Murray's favorite movie. And The Reader, nobody's favorite movie. So,
that's kind of a good year.
It's okay. It's fine.
You don't like any of those movies.
I like Milk. I like Frost Nixon. I don't like Benjamin Button, and I don't like The Reader. And The Dark Knight didn't get nominated, so I can't give them a huge pat on the back. I do like I like Slumdog Millionaire a lot. It's a really good movie. I don't think I've seen it since 2009, and I saw it 2 or 3 times that first year it came out, and I was like, I'm good. And then it fell out of the consciousness, Jack.
The fact that as far as the Oscars go, the fact that it won for Best Picture is the least surprising fact of that year of Oscars with it. 8 nominations is crazy.
Crazy.
Cinematography is pretty crazy.
Crazy.
And director,
it looks good.
I guess, is pretty crazy. Did it not win? It didn't win for writing? Writing seems like the...
I think it did, actually.
Oh.
Adapted screenplay.
It won.
It won.
Okay, well, that might make sense.
Yeah.
It's really well written.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you got the game show.
I guess directing
going
makes
on while
sense
you're
too, but cinematography is it's
a lot of it, you're just sitting in a room looking at a game show.
Yeah, and it's very Danny Boyle, handheld. Now it probably doesn't look that great.
Maybe. To be honest, I haven't seen it since 2009, so.
That's no way that's true.
I don't think I have. I got to be honest, I feel like the dialogue right away when it won was, this doesn't necessarily feel right. It should have been. I know I live in a world where The Dark Knight
Dark Knight didn't even get nominated.
I know.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. And then immediately afterwards, they bumped up the nomination. It felt like in the moment, everybody knew.
Everybody was pissed off that this won.
I don't know about pissed off.
It was a huge...
it was a huge movie.
It was the thing that was everybody you got to go see it.
I get it. It was a good movie. I like the movie. I'm saying in the moment, it wins.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
And everybody's like, is this really the best movie from this year?
It wasn't.
It wasn't. And I feel like in the moment, people knew that. Now, you could argue amongst the nominees, it was. I think it was clearly the biggest movie. At the time, Slumdog Millionaire had a lot of buzz. Milk was a good movie that, it was just a good movie. Same with Frost Nixon. It wasn't like those 2 movies took over the world. Benjamin Button was a Fincher movie that people liked, some people.
Yeah. Got 11 nominations.
And The Reader nobody saw. So Slumdog Millionaire amongst the nominees I think is a good winner. But I do feel like there was that shadow lingering over it. The Dark Knight was a critically loved by the masses, sold a cajillion tickets.
Yeah, I think people were pissed off that
they were like, "What's going on? What are we doing?" If
we got the best superhero movie ever just now, how could that not get nominated?
Yeah, what are we doing if this isn't considered one of the best movies?
I blame The Reader.
I do too. I don't blame Kate Winslet.
Yeah, she won for that, right?
I don't remember. So yeah, this is a highly acclaimed movie. Did gangbusters worldwide. Was heavily watched at the time. I say 2009. Jack, when's the last time you watched this movie?
I don't know. I don't think it was that long ago. I don't think I own it though.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Which, in my mind, I would be like, oh yeah, I saw it in like 2015 when I bought it on Blu-ray. But I don't think that ever happened.
They might not even have a Blu-ray.
There's no way they don't have a Blu-ray.
I'm looking it up right now.
Do they have a 4K?
My computer is recording all these different things and it's really slow to look it up.
I'll look it up.
I got it. Oh, it's taking forever.
Yeah, there's a Blu-ray.
No.
And the 4K.
$17, man. I'm not paying $17 for that Blu-ray. Haven't found one out
No
in a while
4K.
yet. No 4K. Of course not. No 4K. Nobody talks about this movie anymore. That Blu-ray came out in 2008.
So what happened, Josh?
I think The Dark Knight Shadow.
Jesus.
No, this is what I think. I think The Dark Knight Shadow really hung over it. I feel like the only time I hear it talked about now is, oh, this is the movie that beat The Dark Knight. I don't think that's fair. I think it's a good movie. I think Danny Boyle's a good director. And I just don't think... And another thing... So I think another thing happened too. At the time this movie came out, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a huge game show that was all over the place. Regis Philbin. It was great. Everybody watched it.
I would argue that actually it was already, that show was already falling out of place.
Could have been, but it was within the time frame where people knew what they were talking about. Now that show, it might still exist, but people don't watch it anymore. It's not like everybody's favorite game show like it was for a year and a half, you know? So I think that it's like a time capsule. That and the Dark Knight thing I think was a real big thing. People I run in circles where people love the Dark Knight. So this could be my bias showing, but I don't hear anybody talk about Slumdog Millionaire unless they're saying like, this is the movie that beat out the Dark Knight, which is not fair, but that's true. And I think that's how people view it now. So they don't watch it. And it's falling.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It actually
tell me why.
happened. I think it got canceled.
Really?
Yeah. I think it just like its portrayal of Indian poverty was not seen as accurate or proper. I mean, people say like poverty porn is like one term that I've seen in association with it. I also heard of controversies within treatment of people on set.
I heard a little bit about that.
Yeah,
I don't know too much about it. Yeah.
Neither do I. But I think, at the time it was the US's first like glimpse into Bollywood.
Yeah.
A little bit. And so I think at the time people were like, oh, this is different culturally, and that's why it was so huge.
It's also really big in the UK. Really, really big in the UK. I mean, Danny Boyle.
And then I think for that same reason, though, it like is now not talked about because that was like one of the only things people had to latch onto. And now that once India says that it's not the right portrayal of India, then it's just like there's no point of really even talking about it anymore.
True, and it's much more easier to do like deep dives on Bollywood if you really have an interest. We have the internet, we have things that can send Blu-rays to your house in 2 days, and it's easier to do that.
Yeah.
So, plus the Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight. That's good too. That's like the sleeper one. But you're right. It does it when it is brought up. That is why it's brought up. Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
And I prefer The Dark Knight, but I don't think it's fair to have this cloud hanging over, admittedly, a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Should it have won Best Picture? I don't know. But it was a thing at the time.
Maybe that's why it is not highly regarded anymore.
Because
now when you talk about it, it's just like, how did Slumdog Millionaire win?
Yeah, I mean, I would pick Milk over, amongst the nominees,
of course
I would pick Milk. I'd probably pick Frost Nixon, too.
Yeah,
I would not pick
okay. It's kind of boring.
Or The Reader. All right, we figured it out.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, because this is probably going to be a long conversation. Maybe not. Who knows? Comedy. That's our genre that we're picking.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to comedy? The comedy genre predates film by centuries. On film, it was present at the very beginning with silent film legends such as Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. It's evolved over the years, ranging from satire, raunchy R-rated movies, improvisation, slapstick, and has generated several subgenres like rom-coms, teen comedies, parodies, darker comedies. But over the last, 15 years, give or take. The genre has taken a real hit at the mainstream box office. What was once a consistent gold mine. They don't really make them like that anymore.
No.
And they don't perform like that anymore.
No.
So what happened?
I think it's an intersection of many things.
I do too.
If you look at the history of comedy on film, every decade gets more and more PC. Not saying that that's a bad thing.
Oh, yeah.
But like from the 80s is just like the Wild West as far as comedy.
70s can be even worse.
Yeah, for sure.
But the 80s, it was like, yeah, how many times can we swear and how many times can we put boobs on screen?
Yeah, exactly. Then the 90s, they kind of got their act together and made the bangers. You know what I mean? We were right there in the middle of like, it's still not politically correct, but like it's not just like dumb shit happening on screen or, you know.
And
like,
we're laughing.
2000s also pretty good, but like certainly more PC than the 90s.
Well, not necessarily the early 2000s.
I guess not.
There was a shift. I don't know when it happened, but like super bad. Super funny. Not super PC.
No.
The Will Ferrell movies, you know. The Judd Apatow movies.
But I think those were all a little more self-aware of their...
That's fair.
Of their politically correctness and maybe like you look at Anchorman, it's like the joke is how unpolitically correct everybody is.
That's fair.
So it already kind of started to shift a little bit. And then it was just hard to like make that sort of movie.
Yeah.
And then I think the other huge thing that happened was streaming, where what's the point in paying $20 to go see a movie that you can like see on a television that's not going to be any different? You know, the big movies you still go to the theater for, but a comedy, you know, other than laughing in a room with a group of people,
I think that's the thing we're missing, but you're
which
right.
Which does suck.
It does suck.
But that intersecting with like, you can't even make a joke anymore or else for the fear of being canceled.
I agree. And if these comedy movies aren't making money, then they're not going to put the money into it. And therefore it's going to end up on streaming.
Right.
I think you're right about that. And I got to be honest, like some of the movies that I've laughed the hardest have been because I've been in a group of people. When you're with a group of people laughing, it kind of is infectious.
Yeah.
And something might seem a little bit funnier than it otherwise would.
Mm-hmm.
The converse works that way too. What did I just say? The opposite works that way too. Like I've seen some movies where everybody's laughing and I just don't think it's funny and then I just get mad. That doesn't happen too often. Usually it's like I'm with everybody. Like Anchorman in the theater was maybe one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Yeah.
Same with Austin Powers 2, which we brought up. I remember walking out of that movie on cloud nine. Super bad. Probably did the same thing, although I don't really remember, if I'm being honest.
I do. We weren't together.
But
Grand Lake.
That's where you saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. But if people start to get a little nervous about the jokes they're telling, then they don't hit as hard. People start waiting for that movie at home, and that's how the whole thing starts.
Yeah, well, it's interesting in what comedy is. So now comedy is like ingrained into another genre always.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But okay, something like The Drama, which I just saw.
Yeah.
That movie is absolute uncomfortable. You don't know when to laugh. Helps to see it in the movie theater because it gives off. So in that form, it was successful, and comedy is a subgenre of that movie, even though it's super dark.
Yeah.
So it still exists. It's just not the slapstick.
Yeah, and that friendship movie with that Tim Robinson guy.
Yeah.
That was a modest hit. But that's another thing where he's making you feel uncomfortable the whole time.
Right.
And his humor is not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But it did pretty well, and the movie got made, and people liked it. I didn't see it. I don't think he's very funny.
Yeah, it's not really your style.
Not really my style. So yeah, like we kind of mentioned earlier with Mike Myers, comedy has definitely evolved. I think there's one other thing that happened. I think in the early 2000s, sort of the last breath of the big studio comedy, especially the big studio R-rated comedy.
Early 2000s?
Yeah. Early to mid 2000s.
Is the last breath?
Yeah. Which part? You think it was later than that?
Yeah. I would say like This Is the End is the last breath.
Okay, that's like 2010. I don't know if I'm right about that, but if I am right, then the early to mid 2000s.
2013.
Okay, whatever. My point is, in the early 2000s, you have the Will Ferrell, the Wedding Crashers guys, the Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
The frat pack.
That's that you have those guys making their movies, and you also have Judd Apatow starting to make his movies. And they have a good run together. Both of those groups make a lot of really funny, really good, not necessarily super PC movies. Right. Wedding Crashers, I don't think it's made today. Just going to throw that out.
No.
But they're making these movies. They're big hits. People are laughing. It's great. Then those guys get a little older and start going off and doing different things. And no one really takes that space. There's no group that kind of comes through and like, hey, we're going to take the comedy space and start making a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
I would say the movie that I've laughed the most at that I've seen in the theaters recently, and this is not that recent, was The Nice Guys. To your point, a blending of genres, action and comedy. Mm-hmm. And neither of those guys are comedy stars. I mean...
Isn't Will Ferrell one of them?
That's the other guys. I'm talking about The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
You saw that in theaters?
I think so.
Oh, nice.
The other guys, I didn't think it was that funny. Maybe I need to watch it again. There were some funny parts.
I didn't think it was that funny.
The part where
the Eva Mendes part.
The Eva Mendes part is hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
But I don't really remember like what they're doing in the story. I don't remember that movie that much.
No.
But anyway, and they made like the Ted movies with Mark Wahlberg. Not really my thing. And so they're out there, but it's just none of those movies are really.
And that was a long time. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell am I talking about?
Yeah. But now I think Netflix is kind of trying to. The streaming people, like, they'll release like 10 in a year and they'll just hope one sticks.
Yeah.
But the quality just like isn't always there.
They don't really stick though. It's fine to have them.
What was that one with it was more of an action movie than a comedy, but it was comedic. That dude, the heartthrob, the new guy.
My guy?
No.
You gotta
He's like a spy and he dresses in a bunch of different outfits.
Oh yeah, the Hitman?
The Hitman, yeah.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah. Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is your guy.
Yeah.
That movie's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not a comedy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a pretty cool movie that has some laughs. I wouldn't call it a big studio comedy.
Yeah.
So Scary Movie 7's coming out. We'll see what happens. I think we kind of got a good handle on what happened. Do you think comedy can come back? Is the R-rated studio comedy coming back?
I don't think so.
I think it can. I don't know that it will. I think it can. Speaking of studio comedy, the studio, to your point, on streaming, they're really going for it in that show.
Yeah.
Like, they're not holding anything back.
And Will Ferrell has a new, where he's like a golf legend. He's got a new show coming out that looks like classic Will Ferrell. Yeah.
We'll see if that holds
up. So
up.
maybe they're just putting it, because TV persisted. TV comedy definitely persisted.
Yeah, they have Eastbound and Down. There's all kinds of funny shows.
Yeah.
But so maybe it's a fact that these guys went and did prestige TV shows rather than just making a movie.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't seen a Will Ferrell movie that I really liked in a long time. But again, comedy evolved. Yeah. I don't know if his thing works anymore on a massive scale. Used to. Plus, he showed up in everything for like 8 years.
Oh, yeah. He just hosted SNL last night.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It was funny. Alex, I think, put it on, and I thought it was like an old SNL show. And I was just like, I don't feel like watching an old SNL right now.
Because you saw it was Will Ferrell?
Yeah. Well, like Will Ferrell hosting, because it was like his opening monologue, and I just figured it was an old one.
Yeah.
And then today I saw like stuff about, Becky actually sent us something about it.
Yeah, she sent me that when I was driving and I didn't get a chance to
Yeah. And I was like, oh, That was last night. Bad
Look
job
at
by me. Should go back and watch it.
It's probably great.
Yeah.
I personally still think Will Ferrell is really, really funny, but
Oh, yeah, me too. How about the Naked Gun last year? Did you see that?
I did not.
Couldn't care less about them. I didn't like the originals that much either.
That sort of thing
And
isn't really my
Liam
favorite
Neeson
thing.
doing comedy? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, people liked it, but
I doubt it. I can't see that dude anymore without thinking of how he pisses himself whenever he gets drunk.
Really?
Yeah, there's just like hundreds of pictures on the internet of people like on the street seeing him, and he's just like,
really?
yeah, it's just gross.
Ugh.
I know.
I did not know that.
It gave me the ick for him.
I can't think about him without him like going after stolen children and beating up Albanians.
Yeah. Well, he does that and pisses himself.
And then he goes home and pisses himself.
Anaconda, that came out. Nobody saw it. Apparently
that
wasn't
was
good.
Apparently awful.
But they tried.
That's true.
Sheep Detectives.
Pretty good.
Kids movies are always funny.
Yeah.
They kept it going.
I laughed in Sheep Detectives.
And now kids movies give one for the parents a little bit.
Our gal Emma Thompson's in that.
Yeah. As a sheep or as a human?
Human.
Nice.
She's funny.
Good.
She's the lawyer. She yells at some people. It's really
Emma
good.
Thompson's always funny.
Yeah. Your guy from
Succession.
Succession was pretty funny.
Yeah. Is he a sheep or is he human?
He's a human.
Nice. He's hilarious. Nicholas Braun.
Oh,
is
you know
his
who
name.
else is in it? Is Varys with hair.
Oh.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh.
I was like, where? I've seen this guy before.
Is Tywin in it too?
Maybe as a sheep.
Oh.
Didn't show up though.
Varys with hair.
Yeah, it was weird.
Gross.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Plays a butcher. Anyway, so comedy. I think it'll come back.
Okay.
They're just taking a break.
I mean, it's
Everybody's
here.
To your point, things getting more PC, not a bad thing.
Right.
We have to kind of know when to make a joke, when not to make a joke. Some things are probably off limits. People are probably trying to navigate and figure out what can I joke about at this point. I don't know if that's something people actively are thinking about, but I do think that's part of it.
And I think movie studios just don't want to spend money on taking those risks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because like if you watch stand-up comedy,
people are still doing it.
The
studio is a show.
Right.
They're still going for it. Like that show's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My point is, I still think if it's funny and you're not like, I don't know, if it's funny, it works.
I think there's a bunch of funny TV.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
TV's still cooking.
I think a lot of these people move to TV.
Right.
Move back to movies. Let's get some movies on the list.
Make a funny movie.
Make a funny movie, damn it. Mike Myers, where are you, man? Save
Probably
us.
like 10 movies we're not thinking of right now.
Yeah,
But
just a
people are
bunch.
just like, what about all these?
What about all these? Well, there are a lot of funny movies out there, but for whatever reason, I don't think any of them have broken through. And like Superbad.
You're right. There's just not the
huge
group
thing.
of people making funny movies right now.
There's that, and I don't think, unless there's something I'm forgetting, I don't think there's any big movie that has come out that like the whole world sees because it's funny. I think of like, I
was going to say Bridesmaids, but that was a long time ago.
I was like, yeah, exactly.
Well, it was like 2013.
That's another group.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just SNL kind of.
Yeah. But there was a movie that Adam brought up when we were like, he thought we didn't like comedies or whatever.
Yeah.
When
He
it
brought up
actually-
like
when-
3 movies and none of them were.
Well, I think one of them was Palm Springs, which is a really good movie. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's like a romantic comedy. It's kind of like Groundhog Day-esque. Really funny, really good. But it wasn't a big movie. It was a really good movie. It could have been a big movie, but it wasn't. It
Yeah.
just didn't break through.
Right.
So I think that's a bigger problem. I don't know what that is. Maybe that might have come out in COVID. It might have just been a streaming movie. To your point, I don't know. We'd have to look that up. But I just don't feel like anything is broken through the zeitgeist like they used to. Everybody in the world saw Anchorman. Everybody in the world saw the Austin Powers movies. Everybody in the world saw Superbad. As late as that. A lot of people, most of the world saw This Is the End. 40-Year-Old Virgin. All those movies. Everybody saw them.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen anymore. Bring it back, everybody. We want to laugh.
Yeah. And it's a little bit harder to track because of the streaming stuff.
Yes.
People just don't go to the movies. They're starting to again, but
Friday night, dude. It was packed.
true.
Sheep Detectives.
Packed
theater.
$58 million globally.
Who
2
knew?
days in.
Yeah. Actually, I think it came out last weekend.
Yeah. Not that great.
I was gonna come in all excited that I saw Sheep Detective opening night, and it was like, it came out the 8th. Never mind.
It wasn't the opening night, and it was still like hella packed on
Hella
Friday.
packed, dude.
You sure it wasn't the opening night?
Nope. Not sure. I'm sure the movie theater was packed. I had to sit in the second row. There were people in the first row. The rest of it was packed. It was great. Everybody was seeing movies. They're probably all seeing...
Yeah, it was last weekend. May 8th.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know.
Okay.
I'm saying you're right.
Confirmed. Anyway, bring comedies back. Way to go, Sheep Detectives.
Bring all these people back.
Do we do... Yeah. Nev Campbell resurgence incoming. I don't know about Mike Myers.
I think we did it. He's going to listen to this.
This is going to start.
He's going to be like, they're right.
I can
do another
Sheep
erotic
Detectives
thriller.
too. All right. Well, we have another podcast to record, so I think we ended it. What happened to all these people? I think we answered it.
Yeah, we
There's
did.
a chance for all of them to come back. Probably least of all Mike Myers. and apparently Slumdog Millionaire, which got canceled.
Yeah, true.
Whoops. We don't love that movie that much.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Or at least it was in 2008. All right. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Again, if you'd like to reach out, the Longlist podcast @gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one, and it's going to be one for Jack.
I'm stoked.
And we're going to get weird.
Peace.